Hi, welcome back to the channel, TrainStation 2. Alright, I'm ready for this second competition in this airport event. Make sure all the airport items are ready, factories are all built up with items. So especially all these airport event items, we should have a lot of them stored in the warehouse. In the midst of waiting for the starting of the next competition, we're just going to fulfill all the air stewardess requests and get all the raw materials, and then keep your factory busy manufacturing all the airport events and store them all in the warehouse. So meanwhile, try your best to also pack your core factories to the brim, be it the input or output tray, all should be full, as well as collect all the gold so that you can build a strong reserves, and that will be come in handy, especially when you need to upgrade your trains. Alright, so we have a lot of items ready, but now one common problem, warehouse spacing. So if you're early part of the game, I think congratulations, which means that you have watched this video on time. If you are like me, currently in region 5 or region 4, then you gotta follow my same method. What I meant is that means that your warehouse is as small as mine, population as low as mine, then you really got to work hard to manage well in terms of your warehouse spacing. If you have understand how to manage well, then that's fine. Otherwise, I just briefly mentioned, use your factory input and output tray, be it to store all the raw materials in the input tray. Once you store productions, whatever goes to the input tray can be converted back to the raw materials by cancelling an order. Alright, so output tray, you can see here all the propellers, engines sitting on the output tray. That acts as your interim warehouse space as well. But again, for the airport event factory, do not do that because you don't want to store production for that. But the rest of the factories you could. Of course, gradually try to use the 5 building technique on increasing your populations, and then eventually increase your warehouse spacing. Especially if you could purchase new buildings. You know, sometimes new buildings give you a good number of population. You know, some of the events they give a special building that is plus 80 population. That's a lot compared to having an upgrade of buildings if you 5 or 3 population. So having an 80 on a new building is fantastic. So likewise, parts in this event itself, you're going to collect all the blue maps, which I already did, as well as I'm going to try to open up all the mega boxes. I opened one already. I'm trying to save up another 3,000 to open another mega box. As I mentioned, the mega box give you a good proportion of these items, be it legendary, rare or common. Yes, I miss out epic because epic is not worth it. If you manage to get mega box and epic, you're making a loss. So if you are in need only of epic, then just go straight to claim epic. Otherwise, claim the mega box, because 75% chance 3 out of 4 you will make a profit versus claiming directly. So that's what I meant. After claiming the moon maps, claim the mega box. Do not claim the container. You do not need to spend 8,000 plane coins on a train. You can easily get trains elsewhere, so do not do that. That is really not worth it. As for other color maps, not so as well. It's not frequently used unless your experience seems to tell me otherwise. Alright, so I managed to complete that propeller there, having more to come, and then we'll see how things work out. Okay, so there are some people who use the strategy of only making a certain type of items that give very good returns, like for example propeller and engines. So I'm doing exactly that. I'll create a lot of propellers and engines. So I've already created 550 engines. I'm going to create more propellers, and then eventually store them up, because you know that it takes time, and but they give good returns. Some people will just know that the event, basically the captain have been asking for the same item repeatedly. So there are 3 contracts. Once you finish one, you will have another fresh ones. Most of the time they'll ask for engines and propellers, and their rewards in terms of plain coins is more profitable. So people just eye on those big ticket items and ignore those simple items that give you very low returns. So this is one strategy that people adopted, so you may want to consider as well. So what's going to happen here is really very quickly my money has depleted to 238. Yes, you hear me right, $238. We were having a few 100,000, right? So a lot of train upgrades happened, and it just deplete all the money. Where to get money? You can get it from the town, which is probably 1,000 plus every time you go around all the five. For me, it's five regions. Then where else you can get money is really to wait for a good event to start, and then eventually use that event coins to exchange for the money. So these are the two locations you get money from. The rest of the time you'll be just poor. Of course, some people are really rich, which means that they don't really upgrade their trains. But for me, I think train upgrades are more popular a choice than keeping the coins, because at the end of the day, the trains matters in this game, because it's all about TrainStation 2. It's all about trains, so capacity is really important. But of course, there's no need to upgrade every single train. You're going to upgrade those that you do not have a lot. Like for example, you only have, assuming, two epic trains, then probably you could upgrade your epic trains, because that will give you an edge in the fact that every time you make a trip, you increase the capacity. That compensates your low number of that certain type of trains. But if you have a lot of legendary, for example, then probably you may want to hold back the legendary upgrades, because you know that every legendary, especially those that are given through the events, has huge capacity in the first place, so it's not too much of losing out. Common is another one you will want to upgrade because it's cheaper, is one way, and it's extremely low capacity of 6. You're talking about the region common trains, so those are the ones that you should be upgrading. And of course, everything needs common parts, so common parts is really precious. Alright, so building again and again, repeatedly, building up the buffer of all the propeller, engine, suitcase, whatever you name it. I'll try to do it. As for the ropes, I'll try to use it as a sub-component rather than using it to claim a plain coin. So-called, you get to see here the first one. Yep, that's the ropes they're talking about. Not so interested in getting that tiny little reward. I'll rather use that parts to create other items which can claim bigger rewards. Alright, so that's how one of the strategies people adopted, and I wish to adopt the same way. That what's going to happen here is really take your time while you still have time to try to gather as much of those items requested by the stewardess. At the same time, build up your furniture and other factories. Furniture takes a long while, so you got to bear in mind that. And of course, while you could keep some furnitures, you know that they are really bulky, so they take up a lot of space here. So as you can see, my iron mill is not full. Later I'll grab a bit of metal and do up nails. Nails is precious, as well as the other items, but sometimes you just got to know what is the thing that is always lacking, especially during the event competition itself. So you got to build those stuff. Okay, so you can see me building all the pellets, because I know the pellets is something that has been missing the last round in the first competitions. Chairs likewise, table not so, but again, store a bit here. But I think I can try to remove a bit, because the last round we're asking a lot of chairs but not so much of tables. But again, things may change, but nonetheless I need some space, so I really need to move things. And I'm not shy to throw away stuff, because at the end of the day, more importantly is this, the airport items. Those are the items that would be saving you and bringing you up the ranks. Alright, so here, although we have completed the 3 items, but again, I'll be using the ropes to do up more of the other items that is more valuable compared to just keeping as ropes. So ropes are just a sub-component. So wow, okay, that's another huge quantity to deliver, and you just got to bear in mind upgrading capacity definitely would go a long way. So just choose the upgrades wisely and not spend your money anyhow. And of course your parts as well, it's really precious. Alright, that's about all for this video. I hope you have enjoyed it, and of course you could share with me your thoughts on whether would you be adopting the same strategy in terms of just using those profitable items and neglect the rest, like simple things like ropes, but rather focus like propellers and engine. Alright, so I wish you good luck in this coming second event, and of course last but not least, do start late, at least 12 hours late. We only have 2 days left. Alright, thank you, goodbye.